we'll start it out with what is I would call probably like the biggest breaking news, and that is that Kobe Bryant's wife, Vanessa Bryant, she's filed a wrongful death lawsuit against a helicopter company that took the lives of her husband and daughter, Gigi.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's the company is called Island Express. And they basically, they said this is a tragic accident. They're not going to have any comment on the lawsuit at the time. But she just sued that company. They're claiming that the aircraft should have never have been placed in the peril it was in before the accident that happened on January 26th. It alleges that they were only allowed to fly under visual flight rules. And that the conditions that day of the crash were not conducive for such flying. Basically, they're saying that the fog was extremely low and that the pilot was in blinding conditions before the crash took place. So we'll see. The lawsuit also claims that the helicopter wasn't safe. It doesn't say what wasn't safe about it, but maybe it's the basis of the claim has to do that the helicopter wasn't certified to fly in bad weather.
Yes.
So,
you know what? I'm gonna say damn right.
Yeah.
Because the whole situation all happened because they made a decision to take off.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have taken off.
Right.
Yeah.
Period. Under any of those circumstances, under any of those crazy conditions, that pilot and that company, that the person that runs that company or whoever, should have said, no, let's stay grounded. Hey, take an Uber or something. You know what I mean? Or here's take a limo, take a taxi, whatever it is.
Yeah.
There could have been other options other than what they did. And that's
Right.
what's so frustrating about this situation. So damn right that she's suing them. Damn right.
It's scary to me because something similar was brought to light after Aaliyah's crash too. They said that the plane was overloaded.
Absolutely overloaded.
They should have made 2 trips.
And they should have made 2 trips.
And it's just I don't know. It just makes me think I don't understand why take the risk.
I couldn't agree more. And
It's not. I can't. I just can't fathom. It can't be about money because Kobe Bryant flies and always traveled by helicopter. So it's not like he wouldn't be back.
Yeah.
With more business.
Maybe it was pressure from Aaliyah, pressure from Kobe saying, no, let's go.
Let's go.
I want to get there. Let's go.
They did say that about the Aaliyah crash. They said that they demanded they all had to be back by a certain time, but still, you have to, as the professional,
Right.
You have to say I know there's been many times where I've been sitting on the runway, annoyed. I'm in the runway for 2 hours.
Yeah,
They're figuring something out.
Come on.
I'm come on, I have to be somewhere. My sister's getting married or whatever it is.
Right.
Or, hey, we are not going to sit there and say that we're going to be somewhere and then say that we're not, which obviously shows what kind of character and what kind of person Kobe Bryant was, too.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, you know what, they should have, the company
Needs to
and the
say,
pilot should have been like, yo,
Too
no,
bad.
no.
It is.
We're going to, no. Hey, we'll find you, we'll get you a personal, truck or whatever, one of those, what's the thing, a Suburban or something like that, a big old truck or Jeep or something like that, to SUV to get you where you need to be. Yeah, you might be stuck in traffic for a little bit, but hey, it's better than taking off and flying. So
Right.
they should have 110% without a shadow of a doubt grounded that helicopter without even
Right.
thinking twice. They should have,
Yeah.
and they did not. So the fact that Vanessa Bryant is actually doing that, yeah, sue the hell out of them.
And
sue the pants off of them, girl.
For real. And it's interesting.
Damn.
A part of the lawsuit is for pain and suffering of them, for fear of what they would have had to go through during the last moments.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these lawsuits are about pain and suffering,
Yeah.
and so of course it says the suit seeks damages for loss of love, affection, care, society, service, comfort, support, right to support, companionship, solace, or moral support. You have to put all these different things, especially things that are that you can't put a financial cap on when it comes to lawsuits, because you never know how much you're going to get and for what's going to stand.
Right.
And one of the things in there is imagine those last moments,
Yeah.
what they went through, the fear that they had to experience.
Do you want to know something? It's interesting because I had a conversation with shout out to Ray Lewis, NFL Hall of Famer Ray Lewis. This is funny that I actually had this conversation with him about this, but he said something that really shook me to the core. And this is a random and very graphic detail about the actual crash site.
Okay.
But when they found Kobe and Gigi or Gianna, they said that their bones were infused with each other.
I heard that
Why?
too.
Because he was holding her as it
Yes.
went down. And oh man, I'm getting emotional now. Wow, that just got me choked up. But what's so messed up is that it irks my soul. Like, it angers me so much that situation happened to those people, and the fact that even in his last dying breath, he was still holding on to the thing that he loves, one of the things that he loves the most.
Right.
And it's such a tragic thing.
Yeah.
Just the way it was.
The way it all
just
went
the way it all
down.
went down. And man, this I would hope and I would pray that every single type of transportation that is airborne looks into this situation and starts doing things the right way.
Right.
Because there's too many stories of private planes and private, transportation type of vehicles or whatever you want to call them falling out of the sky.
Right.
Yeah. And this kind of stuff needs to just start. We need to start getting smarter with things.
Yeah, and you can't use the demand of the rich client as the blame. I'm sure.
Let him fire you then.
Yeah, I'm sure if many of us knew the reasons why we were sitting on the plane for 2 hours and not taking off or being disembarked or whatever, we would be like, well, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
If they could really show us the ins and outs, well, this is what could have happened. No problem.
Right. It's
I'll
like,
wait till tomorrow.
It's like there's zero visibility up there.
Right.
Do you want to die? That's
Right.
it. That's all you need to say. And it's like, no, you know what? Fine.
I'll
Or
take
it's like,
it.
you know what? Fire me then. Because I'm not about to put myself
In jeopardy.
I'm not trying to put myself in jeopardy at all. I'm not trying to die.
Right.
And I don't want to put you in jeopardy either.
Right.
So I'm going to ground this helicopter no matter how much you're stomping your feet and throwing a tantrum.
Right.
Not saying that Kobe was doing that.
Right,
But at the same time, it's like no matter how pressed they are with time or for time, it's like, no, man, I'd rather you arrive alive than have you crash and burn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So going back to the whole lawsuit thing, yeah, she should most definitely sue them. But I'm wondering how much she's suing them for.
It's not stated.
Oh, it's not stated.
Specifically, it says that it's not public.
She might be just reprimanding them just to
For
have
real.
them teach them a lesson.
Absolutely.
Real talk.
Because it's
She might
definitely not about.
She got more money than she needs.
Right, but it's
You know
to
what I'm
set
saying?
it's to set an example, basically to make an example. And I
Exactly.
think that's important because that's what a lot of people were like. What is she suing for? She got money, and it's like suing
No.
is not always about the money.
She's trying to teach everybody a lesson
Right.
real quick
If the
on
company
like
was
this
wrong-
type of stuff needs to stop. Period.
Right,
Period.
for real, obviously.
Man, I don't mean to get so amped, but I mean, just imagine if it was yourself or your own loved one, your own father, or your own husband, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like that stuff just really
And all
just,
those
it just
families
angers me, man.
hopefully hopefully the other families are like filing suit as well because there's those other families don't have I'm sure they have money but not as much as
Right.
Kobe, and there's one family that have lost both mom and dad and a sibling, so now you're just two children in this world alone.
Yeah.
Y'all need to be getting a piece of whatever is being paid out as well, because it wasn't just Kobe and them in that plane.
Right.
3 families were so heavily affected.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
hopefully
terrible.
everything goes well with that suit, and they get what is owed to them.
Yeah. I'm hoping a lesson is going to be learned here, and we're going to be able to move on from it. Even if she wins, maybe she takes that money or whatever that lawsuit, whatever the number is, and she puts it towards a foundation or towards the Mamba Foundation or something like that. Just put it towards something, that isn't something that for own financial gain or for her own financial, personal financial need.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.